In November of 1932, the Australian military was in a war with over 20,000 enemy combatants. They were armed to the teeth with machine guns, explosives, and even poison gas, and they lost. Wait, what? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, does it? How can an army lose a war with birds? Well, it's not that simple. This was no ordinary flock of fowl. These were killer emus. You see, the emus had been getting out of control for years. Their population was exploding. Crops were being destroyed, and farmers were getting fed up. So they appealed to the government for help. And being a nice guy, or maybe just not wanting to upset the farmers, the Prime Minister deployed the military to deal with the situation. The plan was simple. The soldiers would line up the emus and shoot them. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Except there was one tiny problem. Emus are kind of like the cockroaches of Australia. If only because they're both flightless and kind of gross. Emus are huge. Standing up to 6 feet tall and weighing over 100 pounds, they can outrun almost anything, including apparently reason, and they have powerful legs that can deliver a devastating kick. Turns out, emus are also really smart. They quickly figured out that the soldiers weren't much of a threat, and basically just ignored them. Sure, a few emus were killed, but for every emu that died, 2 more seemed to take its place. It was like trying to fight an army of emus with a pea shooter. So the military brought out the big guns. Literally, they used machine guns, explosives, and even poison gas, which might sound like overkill, but believe me, it was necessary. At this point, the emus were taunting the soldiers, gobbling and squawking in what could only be interpreted as victory cries. But slowly, methodically, the military began to turn the tide. The emus were driven back into the brush, exhausted and defeated, or maybe they just ran out of bullets. Either way, the war was over, and the people of Australia could finally get back to living their lives, plotting their revenge for the next time the emus rebel. Wait, what? Seriously? That wasn't funny. No one laughed. Okay, fine. Maybe this wasn't the greatest military failure in history, but it was definitely Australia's most embarrassing.